Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are going to touch on a subject that, honestly, the absolute majority of men over 50 ask about in the quiet moments of conversation, often with their eyes cast down, voices trembling, and a palpable fear of being judged. Let's get to the naked truth. What is the real size that pleases mature women? Is what I have enough, or am I destined to disappoint? Imagine the scene with me. You are there, in an intimate moment with your partner. The lights are dim in a comfortable bedroom. The mood is set. But suddenly, an intrusive thought freezes your blood. Will my penis survive the truth she never tells me tonight? Because, my friends, after 50, the truth is brutal, but at the same time, it is the most liberating thing you will ever hear in your life. You would be shocked if I told you that 93% of women over 50, according to the most recent research and confidential surveys, answer exactly the same thing when asked in total privacy. And their answer will probably make you fall off your chair right now. Before we dive deep into this, please pause everything for 2 seconds and hit the like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. This is vital so I can continue bringing you these honest truths that no one else has the courage to say out loud. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and please tell me in the comments where you are watching from. I love knowing where you all are in the world. One last thing before we start. Stay with me until the very last second, because the final revelation of this video contains the single most important secret for your sex life after 50. It is something that makes many men weep with relief when they hear it for the first time. So, let's begin this journey together. Now, let's put the cards on the table, or rather, on the bed. I want to show you the exact data that makes most men tremble when they see it for the first time. In 2024, a major clinical survey was conducted with over 1,800 women between the ages of 50 and 72. They were asked directly, without any beating around the bush, among the following elements, which is the most crucial for your sexual pleasure? The answers, in order of importance, were illuminating. Number 1 was the tenderness and attention of the partner, with 68%. Number 2 was the quality of foreplay, with 61%. Number 3 was trust and communication, at 59%. And penis size? It appeared with only 7% relevance. And the detail that changes everything is that within that tiny 7%, half of them specified, as long as it isn't too big. Yes, you heard that perfectly. Only 7% care about size as a priority. That is literally less than the percentage of women who prefer a man who knows how to cook a good dinner. But where things get truly fascinating is when we ask what they physically feel when a penis is too large during this phase of life. In a comparative study analyzing over 400 postmenopausal women, 64% reported feeling pain, deep discomfort, or suffering from microtears with penises that are above 6.5 inches in erection. This is mainly because, after menopause, the vaginal lining naturally becomes thinner, less elastic, and natural lubrication decreases. I recall a conversation with a gentleman in his late 50s, let's call him a robust man, tall and well-built, whose measurements were well above average. He was devastated because his wife had been avoiding intimacy for 2 years. He thought she didn't love him anymore. When the truth finally came out, she confessed through tears that she loved him desperately, but every time they had relations, she felt like she was being physically assaulted from the inside. She was terrified of making love. On the flip side, we have the inverse story that makes experts smile. Consider a man in his early 60s with very modest measurements, let's say around 4.5 to 5 inches. He was terrified his new partner would leave him after the first night. The result? That partner later revealed that she had never experienced anything like it. Because he spent 40 minutes caressing her before even thinking about penetration, and when he did enter, it was the exact right size. It filled her without hurting her. She became addicted to the intimacy. He couldn't believe it. He had always been ashamed in the locker room, yet here he was, the champion. Are you starting to understand where I'm going with this? The problem has never been the size. The problem is the limiting belief that size is the problem. But then, what is the measurement that actually works for the biology of a mature woman? Let's look at the science. The average length in erection, measured clinically and not by self-reported internet stats, which always have an ego boost added, hovers around 5.1 to 5.5 inches. In other words, if you are between 4.5 and 6 inches, you are already in the zone of perfect compatibility with 95% of women. But the big aha moment I want you to have right now is about female anatomy. There is a myth of the infinite tunnel. In reality, the vaginal canal measures about 3 to 4 inches at rest and can stretch to about 5 or 6 inches when fully aroused. However, the golden secret is that the 8,000 most sensitive nerve endings are not deep in the back. They are concentrated in the first 2 to 3 inches of the entrance and on the anterior wall, the famous G-spot area. Translating this to practice, a penis of 8 inches, while impressive in adult movies, spends the entire time hitting the cervix. This causes deep pain, similar to a strong cramp, especially after age 50, rather than stimulating the entrance where the pleasure actually lives. To give you an image to visualize, making love with a penis that is too large without extreme care is like trying to scratch an itch on your back using a garden rake. It hurts, and it doesn't relieve the itch where it needs to. On the other hand, a penis of 5 inches, used well with the correct angle, stimulates exactly where it should. Studies show that couples in this age group reach orgasm more easily when the partner has average dimensions because there is no pain factor inhibiting the pleasure. And here is what I call the maturity advantage. After menopause, a woman's body changes in your favor, my friend. With a drop in estrogen, the vaginal canal tends to shorten slightly and lose some elasticity. This means that a penis that might have seemed average or even small at age 30, now at age 60 feels much more, giving a sensation of fullness without the risk of injury that a large penis would bring. Many women actually thank the heavens that their husbands have average sizes, as this allows for a sexual frequency that would be impossible with a well-endowed partner who would require days of recovery between sessions due to mucosal irritation. Furthermore, the clitoris in a mature woman often becomes more exposed and sensitive, meaning deep penetration loses importance compared to external stimulation and the sensation at the entrance. So, forget pornography. That is acting. Real life demands comfort and connection. However, we need to be honest about one critical thing. While average size is a massive advantage, it only works if your hardness is at 100%. If you are struggling to keep that firm, youthful rigidity, or if you are tired of relying on dangerous pills just to get through the night, I want you to see something that is changing everything for men our age. There is a bizarrely simple, 100% natural purple hardening tonic that you can make at home in just 7 seconds. Unlike the blue pills that just mask the symptom, this targets the hidden root cause, a boner-killing enzyme in your body, to give you rock-hard erections on command, without the nasty side effects. I want you to take your phone out right now and point your camera at the QR code here on the screen to watch a short presentation on how this works. I've also pinned the link in the top comment below. Go watch it because your size is perfect, but your performance relies on that vitality. Check it out, and then let's get back to it. Now, I promised you techniques. We cannot let you leave here without tools. Here are the golden strategies that transform any average man into an unforgettable lover. First, time is your ally. Mature women need more time for vascular warming and lubrication. Invest a minimum of 20 minutes in touching, kissing, and words before any penetration occurs. Second, and this is mandatory, use quality lubricant. Water-based or silicone-based. It doesn't matter if she still lubricates a little naturally. The gel changes the sensation from friction to a pleasurable glide. It is a game changer. Third, the position. The famous spooning or side-lying position is the queen of positions in maturity. It allows for control, intimacy, manual contact with the clitoris, and shallow penetration without forcing the joints. Fourth, exercise your pelvic floor. Kegel exercises aren't just for women. Men who strengthen these muscles gain rigidity and ejaculatory control, which compensates for any question of size. And fifth, the golden rule. First the mind, then the fingers, then the mouth, and only finally the penis. This order builds such high arousal that when penetration finally happens, The size is irrelevant compared to the intensity of the desire. I want you to repeat a phrase in the mirror tomorrow. It is not the size of the boat, it is the motion of the ocean. Sexual performance after 50 is not measured in inches, but in the capacity to make her whisper, "Don't stop," before you even enter. If you are between 4 and 6 inches, you are anatomically perfect for the mature woman. Above that, you need to be doubly careful. Below that, you have the advantage of being able to use positions and angles that others cannot. The secret is adaptation and emotional intelligence. And remember, here we work with the reality that liberates, not with fantasies that imprison. If you want to master these techniques and understand female psychology like no one else, keep following our content. We are building a community of conscious, potent men. If this conversation took a weight off your shoulders, if it made you feel like more of a man and less of a number, then comment down below with your city and the phrase, "I feel free today." I will read every comment. And to finish with that hook I promised, the next time you are together, try saying this to her. "Today I am in no rush. I just want to feel you happy in my arms for as long as it takes." That phrase is the greatest aphrodisiac in existence. You are sufficient. You are capable. And the best phase of your sex life can begin today, now that you know the truth. Take care of yourselves, take care of them, and I'll see you in our next transformative conversation.